So I was studying for the diocesan priesthood for 4 years, and learned a lot and grew in my faith, but at the same time just felt like something wasn't clicking, and so I exited to discern marriage, and still felt the Lord really calling me back into the priesthood. I figured it was going to be the diocesan priesthood, but through prayer and meeting with spiritual directors, I began to realize it was to a more contemplative lifestyle. And then I reached out to one order, and I was going to go visit their vocations director, but I've been reading about the divine will, and so someone suggested the Benedictines of the divine will, but they were in Italy, and so I sent an email, we had a conversation on Skype, and it just so happened the abbot was going to visit Conyers, Georgia, where I was living at the time, that same month. So I was like, well, that might be providential, so I waited and we met, and I decided I would go visit them there in Italy and spend 3 months. Still needed to save some money though, so I didn't know when it was going to happen. The very next day they got an anonymous donation, and they used that to fund my trip. And those 3 months I spent there were really some of the best of my life, just a really joyful, holy place, I felt like. And so it was kind of like a flower slowly kind of unfurling while I was there. And they lived the divine will writings of Luisa Picaretta, and their charism is littleness. And so you might think of like Saint Therese, how she talked about, just being little and humble, and it's really even beyond humility. It's almost like a real childlike faith, and living in the present moment in complete and total dependence on the Lord. I realized I was being called to join them, and then the abbot approached me, and he felt the same way, and so got accepted, and now it's got to take care of the student debt obstacle, which I think the Labouré Society is also something the Lord has led me to. Labouré is probably the fastest way of dealing with that, and it's also supported by people who really care and are praying for you, and it's a wonderful thing, and money, you almost forget it's about money, because you're just meeting people, talking about the Lord, and becoming part of their story as well as them becoming part of yours. So.